I'm sure that you're probably aware that we're about to head into a recession, which means that if you're currently running an e-commerce business, you need to make sure that you're doing the right thing so that your business is going to be around over the next 18 months. During recessions, a lot of businesses end up closing down for one reason or another. And in today's video, I just want to go through the 5 things that I'm personally doing with my e-commerce businesses to make sure that it's going to be around over the next 2 years. Now, if you're new to my channel and you've never seen my face before, welcome. My name is Sam. And on this channel, I've made over 400 different videos breaking down various different tips and tricks that you guys need to know when it comes to starting and growing an e-commerce business, and most importantly, protecting your e-commerce business. So if you like this video, don't forget to press the like button and don't forget to subscribe as well for more content that's going to help you out on your e-commerce journey. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into it. So first things first, what exactly is a recession? So I just want to give you guys the basic definition of it, just so that we're both on the same page. So a recession is basically when there's a slowdown in economic growth. And when there's a slowdown in economic growth, it ultimately means that companies are going to have to let people go. And when companies have to let people go, it means that less people are going to have less money to buy things, which will ultimately have an effect on people like you and me that are trying to grow our e-commerce businesses. And that's why having an understanding of how the recession works and how it affects things is very important for people like us. So now that we have an understanding of what the recession is, one of the most important things that we need to make sure that we're doing is to make sure that we're selling items that people need rather than items that people want. If you're able to center your business around various different products that people are going to need, even though there might be a financial crisis, you're going to be able to rely on the income that your business is going to generate, whether there's a recession or not. Now, this is something that I talk about on my channel all the time because it's one of the key elements to growing a successful e-commerce business. So to give you an example of a business that's going to be able to thrive, even during financial difficulties, is a pet care business. So this eBay business sells a variety of different cat foods, dog foods, various different pet foods and accessories and things like that. And if we go over to Zeek Analytics, we can see that this business was able to make over £328,000, which is around $350,000 in just 30 days. And it's obvious as to why they've been able to do this, and they're probably going to continue doing this over the next 18 months if the recession does get worse, because even if people don't have money to buy food for themselves, they will try and find money for them to feed their dogs, their cats, whatever the case is. And the same thing can be seen with an eBay store just like this as well. They're based in America and they sell a variety of different health supplements and things like that. And as you guys can see right there, they've been able to sell over 1.7 million individual items. And their product ranges from various different vitamins and minerals, weight loss supplements, tea and infusions, herbs and spices. And they've currently got around 7,000 different individual items in their store at the moment. And if we look at Zeek Analytics, we can see that in the last 30 days, they've been able to generate over £224,000. And these are the type of items that you want to center your business around. There's no point selling items that when people are going to go through financial difficulties, they're going to decide not to buy it, because that's going to put you in a position now where your business is going to end up failing. So one thing that I focused on doing, even before there was any signs of a recession, is focusing on selling items that I know people are going to need over the long term. So this might mean that you might have to restructure your business and restructure your inventory. But if you're currently at the start of your e-commerce business, this is a perfect opportunity for you to pick the right product from the get-go. So moving on to the next thing that I'm personally doing to protect my e-commerce business is reducing any unnecessary expenses. So when times are good and there's a lot of money flowing into your business, you can get a little bit carried away, whether it's you paying yourself too much, whether it's you kind of over expanding. But during times like this, it's very important to make sure that you're monitoring exactly what's coming into your business in terms of all the revenue that's coming in. But most importantly, you need to make sure that you're looking at all the money that's leaving your business. And the reason why I feel like this is important for you guys to know is because sometimes when you're running an online business, you can end up signing up to a subscription service or maybe some sort of app or software, and then you end up paying for it every single month, and then eventually you don't really use that software anymore, and then down the line you've probably got 10 different apps that you've signed up to and you're paying for them every single month. And because within your mind you think you might eventually use them, you just continuously keep paying for it. But this is the time now for you to go through all of your expenses and get rid of anything that you don't need. You may have to let go of some of your employees if you feel like they're not bringing any sort of value to your business. One thing that I've personally done in the past is that I've employed people, whether it's virtual assistants or customer service agents or bookkeeping people, to help me out with various different things. And then eventually I realized that I don't necessarily need them and maybe I can do that task myself. Instead of me paying them $1,000 per month, $2,000 per month, it might be better for me to let them go and then for me to do that task, because it might only take me 2-3 hours per month for me to do it. And then I can save that money for my business and then potentially reinvest it back into the business later on. So one of the best bits of advice that I can give you guys is to print out all of the expenses that's leaving your business, get it on one sheet and go through all of them one by one, and anything you don't need, cancel it or remove it as soon as possible. This is definitely one of the most important things that you need to be thinking about, especially if we're about to enter a recession. So one of the next things that I'm personally doing is I'm keeping my inventory levels to the necessary amount. So what I normally do is that I tend to have maybe 2 months worth of stock on hand. However, now that we're about to enter a recession, I'm bringing that down to around a month's worth of stock. And the reason is because things are kind of uncertain now and we don't really know what's happening, if people are still going to spend money, we just don't really know what's going to happen. The smart thing will be to make sure that you're keeping a minimal amount of stock on hand. And in some cases, it might even be better for you to switch to the dropshipping model. If you're able to find a supplier that's going to be able to get the product to your customer really quick, it might be beneficial for you to switch to that model rather than holding on to stock. Now, of course, this all depends on your own personal situation. If you've got the capital to continue going in terms of buying inventory, then this is what you should do. However, if you're on the verge of not having any money at all in your business bank account, then you may want to switch to dropshipping. But it's also important for me to remind you guys that even though a recession seems like such a terrible thing, a lot of successful businesses that are still around today started during major recessions. Like for example, Disney actually started during the Great Depression. FedEx started during the 1969 recession. Microsoft also started during a recession, as well as HP. Uber started during the 2008 recession. And the same thing goes with Airbnb as well. They actually also started during the 2008 recession. A lot of the big companies that we all know and that we all respect nowadays started during a recession. So a recession isn't going to be the end of your business. It's just about making sure that you're doing the right things, which is making sure that you prioritize the products that you're selling, making sure that you're selling items that people definitely need, and also making sure that you reduce your expenses and focus on different ways that you can increase your income. And one of the best ways that you can increase your income, specifically with an e-commerce business, is by making sure that you're selling on multiple different platforms. If you're currently just selling on eBay at the moment, it might be wise for you to look into building up an Amazon business too, because by doing that, you're going to be able to generate an income from there. Not only that, it might be a good idea for you to also look into starting your own website using something like Shopify. And that's exactly what this eBay store has been able to do successfully. So I've already shown you how this store sells a range of different vitamins and minerals and supplements. And even though they're making almost $250,000 from one eBay store, they're also selling on Amazon as well. All the same products that they've got available on their eBay store, they're selling various different similar products on their Amazon store. And they've also got their own website as well, where they've got all the same products available for customers to buy. And that's why I like to focus on getting my e-commerce revenue from these 4 different sources: Shopify, eBay, and Amazon, as you already know. But I also like to get my revenue from direct sales. This is where customers may place an order over the phone, or they may come directly to our office for them to pay for the order and then pick it up on the spot. If you're able to build up all of these different streams of income for your business, ultimately you're going to give yourself the best chance of surviving, because you never know what might happen to eBay. Or if you're currently selling on Amazon, you don't know what might happen to Amazon. Same thing with your own website. So it's all about diversifying your risk and ultimately finding ways to bring more money into your company. Now, if you're enjoying the video so far, don't forget to press the like button, don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell notification so that YouTube can let you know when a new video has been released. And if you want to watch a free webinar where I go through what I needed to do when it came to starting my eBay store from scratch and getting it to around $3,000 per day in sales, I'm going to leave that free webinar link down below. It should be the first one in the description. Or if you rather watch another YouTube video that I made not too long ago where I break down the basics that you need to know when it comes to starting an e-commerce business, I'm going to leave that video right there. You can also check that one out straight after this. All right, guys, I'll see you on the next one. Make sure you stay safe out there. Peace.